Fast forward, you come watch on the social response. I'll say age politics avenue. Political stories are trying to because make headlines. And the Jimmy DBX sumo. Need me young box must ene. Edi kanya. Make sure say ubit subscribe to the channel. Hit on notification bell. Share na for front so answer. And to me enka baby. And need ma yamon right sumo. Na yebo right sumo dia na meno kase chama Wontumi ena meno kase the charges ahodoa yede bo no in CBA chairman is out of the woods, but and I'm not say Tribunal court His Excellency His Excellency John Mahama at me establishing information agada say Wontumi Charges the bo nyina no agada evidence via is agada menoka say umundino eba begina emrano ne se edina sem ne se ifodi ibubone dia ene na efiase ena obeko we are yaro sem kase menoka say papa no da wona be the FastTrack sem omo yemu pensim yansemre bobo ram ni hawe ne ko ne dia ba.
It's very, very good. I think say Yatna Hakra Akada. Yatna Hakra Akada. Yatna Hakra Akada. So that will be fast. Yes, that will be fast track. So you case neba enya fe na yeko high court then na ya journey for another 10 years na they will be out of power, and then they be at 20-30 years ni hana yes onipa no is free to work. Into tribunals are going to make sure say the people would be held accountable. Into when him say who can ghost list one is coming, and then I hear that Wontumi, my friend Wontumi.
Hey, he's your friend.
my friends Wontumi's charges are ready. Yes, the charges are ready. Into by next week, the be born in this one man. Into that is good news. That is good news. Yes, that is good news. Welcome news. Into Ayini is doing very well. He's doing very well. He should continue because we campaigned on the basis of accountability.
I say he's not in the rush.
No, because he's not. We are Russia. If you want to just do things in a rush, you fail, because you have to kind of cross your T's and dot your I's, and he has to make sure say he has the evidence. Even with the National Service one, he said he was about to charge them this week, but a new evidence has come up at the Bank of Ghana, where some amount about running into millions of dollars have just been discovered. Boss no Asebi, you pronounce it Asebi something, the former boss for National Service Asibe. Yeah, I think he signed those checks, and they would investigate and look into those the amount that they just discovered at the bank. So they want to investigate that before the final charges are brought. And I think that he's a very good lawyer. He wants to make sure that Okodu Kota and Rebecca say you don't have enough evidence now. Because sometimes in a hurry to prosecute your political opponents, you may rush. Guilty. Don't forget that the punishment for these things is sometimes it's life changing, because who could spend 20 years, 30 years for in someone not to say you are may he so rest in peace. And it's people's lives at stake. If you are making accusations against people, you have to make sure that you have a good case against, and that is what Honorable Ayini is doing. He's trying to make sure that he has all the evidence ready into Omukwa Kota. Evidence in the court, so the reasonable doubt can be raised by the opponent. But when you have as a prosecutor, when you are speaking as a lawyer, as a prosecutor, when you have your evidence ready and before the judge, nothing he's doing the right thing. We should give him the time to continue to do his work. Those saying that Oba Press don't know, Honorable, please continue to brief us. We want to know the status of these cases. so that people will understand that it is not just because we are in power we are trying to witch hunt down. They have to know the extent, because Oman Omuka say Ghana for no Murifi. If we don't we don't put some of them, make some of them pay, and in the next 3 years or 4 years, they would come and say, we only accuse them and we only used oral as propaganda, and none of them is in jail. So in the next 3 years, some of them must be guessed at in Sawam.
Very well. I just say, Mutia, Chama, to me, no matter to see you fine. Now, discuss some paintings and one more because they are obeyed now. That's soon. The bedroom baby now, destination I day, assessment at the amount. If I said that my life kit capsule from Medimosis, Victory Garlic Mesa, Addo Survey and General Construction, Safari Valley Eco Resort, Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center, Sanso and a Power Specialist Hospital, S Natural Mineral Water and Hebron Hills International School. Omada Romaneta Chedu Jumedi Ebrewen every Monday the 28th of July 2025. Alistair, over to you.
Mrs. Wakani, but Mekabi quickly. A bad law and a bad justice, the wheels of justice, they say grind slowly. So you see or you perceive that the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General is moving at a tortoise pace, but they will get there. Yes, because they don't want to miss any point along the way. And they want to get it right at the final place, which is the court, so that when the justices sit, they'll know that we have a case to deal with and to punish people. So I like the approach. You won't be paying. You won't Chief Justice be. No a patapa gidi. J. Akuffo pamono. So if you are made Attorney General, you must learn from the lessons of the past. You understand? And begin to know that in political prosecution, whichever way you want to put it, you have to be careful in order, like she alluded to, you dot your I's and cross your T's. So that means yes, he was making mistakes all of yes. Yes, he was in a rush. He was even begging witnesses to come and lie about tattoo forcing. You see now tattoo forcing is forcing to make the economy work. Look at all those people, they are enemies. So they are part of the examiners. So Markins phony be Nasifono and this Attorney General. What did we do? 60-40. Next time, Mugabe, no look at the man Dominic Ayeni and look at his deputy, Justice Srem Srai. You don't know that combination, eh? This is University of Ghana and UPSA combination. People who have stood in the classroom to train lawyers and judges who are now in charge of the prosecution process. Are you really afraid? May I sleep? The democracy is not like
Srim say.
Me not make
Srim say.
What are you people talking about? Me say, they don't sleep. Dominic Ayeni, for instance, he taught at the university for over 25 years. If I'm like, check, find out. He knows the law.
He taught me.
Yes. Yes.
When I was doing my masters.
What? So watch him. Today at the presidential series, saw an upright personality. Somebody who is forthright with the law. He will not use the law to persecute his opponents. He's only doing the right thing on behalf of the state. He knows his job. He's on top of the processes. Like I said, he's in control and he's prepared to get it right once and for all. So for me, I have no doubts about what he presented today on national television. I was highly enthused. At one point, I was in my room when he enumerated the things. Look at the National Service Secretariat. The National Service Scheme in Dubai, Kutu a Champon, 1973. Other ones had been running. The Workers' Brigade had been running under Akroma, then under Buzia too, they brought a workers' scheme also in order to take care of those people who had just completed school. So the National Service Scheme was introduced by Achampon. Achampon was shot in 1979 for less than an equivalent of 50,000, of which he had paid 32,000 of it. At the time, the cedi to dollar was 2 cedi 75 pesos. Somebody should calculate at home how small that money was in terms of dollar. Today you have people, small boys who they are not 50, fifth floor, listen, they are not 50 yet. They have stolen 498 million Ghana cedis.
It's more than that. I think about national service.
National service.
It's about 582.
No, okay, Ameko. Look at you people. You have gone to destroy the scheme. Do you know what 582 million can do for the transformation of the National Service Scheme? Do you know the problems of the National Service Scheme itself? Go and find out those who go to do national service. We did it after A level and did it. Do you know the problems in there? Please. And then you manage to squeeze out all this money and squeeze it out from the national service. You know, this thing was not done by these young persons. Mugabe, there was a big criminal at the top. Maybe somebody I will call a senior advisor when it comes to stealing in government. He had the practice of it in his previous experience. Somebody who alleged that he sold books that he shouldn't have sold. Nanado put him where he shouldn't have put him, and he was beyond reach. Domlevo, you know, yes.
But talking about that, you recall that under Akuffo, their was it their national chairman or their chief of staff was caught on record saying that when appointees steal, they need to bring 10% to the party.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes, what's his name?
Was their chief of
Haruna Ezeku?
Yes, Haruna Ezeku.
Yes, kickback.
So it is part of the DNA of the MPP.
Yes.
They accept stealing by appointees. Into when you steal, it's okay. So far as you come and pay into the coffers of the MPP, they would collect the 10% that comes to them. So this is not the first time. It is an organized crime.
That's what I'm saying.
Organized crime by government to steal from government coffers, and it is endorsed by the presidency. Right at the chief of staff place down to whoever is there. So they understand the language. Go and steal, come and pay 10% and take care of yourself.
It's a crime.
They have a history of it.
Yes.
And Haruna Ezeku, everybody knows what I'm talking about. He was caught on record. He was recorded and saying that was saying bring 10%. And Akuffo.
Yes.
Papa Nana or chief of staff, no. Chief of staff at the time.
Mugabe, said the American Wabosu was supi that it's an organized crime. It's a chain of thievery from the top, organized from the center of government. They put certain people at certain places to go ahead, or they come up with the schemes and then they endorse it. Go ahead. This one, it will not see public scrutiny, so that they bring the money to the center. Either because you don't know where they get the money for campaign for. Look at the campaign they ran. On election day, they were sharing money. One of the persons implicated in the national service scheme, she has a football team. When she gets to the park, I know quite here, Sika Ocheno, Oche 200 CD notes, no, a bit chawonsa. Brand new, fresh. A bit,
I say for some guy. I
say North elections will there be? So Mujo Musika no want to amano no.
What they say.
Mugabe.
Omuji scanner no more they say agents you start to it.
Sir, Mugabe, and interestingly, Ambassador made an interesting point that they are millionaire thieves. High Commissioner. Sorry, let me put it rightly.
To the United Kingdom.
Yes. Look, he says they are millionaire thieves. Mugabe Tiu, you were one city, you were tens. They are millionaire thieves. No. I want to show you the level of the Omuya millions. Millions is to the seat power. Because you were one city without a zero. Then there were 10 city with 1 0. 100 city with 2 zeros. Then you have 1,000, 3 zeros. Then 10,000 with 4 zeros. Then 100,000 with 5 zeros. She's talking about 1 million. 6 zeros. Omu yesika na. Omu yesika se wo throw wo paper so a 0000 nkwansia e wetire. Enye sika kuma no mu wia no. So there is a scheme. They are millionaire thieves. That's what I'm saying. How do you put an electrician from Winneba to go and be board chairman at ECG? Then when he electrifies 490 million, you cannot account for it. You come and sit here and then you tell me what? I don't know electrician that or no, or did the Sako gather water? Or he came to the road far, we saw him. Then he said he should go ahead, electricity company. That one to crime scene he created. They bring the money to the center and somebody controls it. Now me and Nameka say, I'm happy that Dominic Ayeni and Justice Remsai, look, you will see, you people will clap at the end of the term. Now, when you're talking, I heard you say in Sawam. Why do you take them to Sawam? Thank you, Mugabe. If you take them to Sawam, you are taking them to an international university. You understand? Yes, it's like 900 years. Yes. Oh, Daddy, no. Mugabe, you said 2 years in 3 months and 2 years. No. If you are in Akuse for 1 day, it's like 90 days in somewhere. I'm telling you, 1 day, the suffering you suffer, in Akuse. If you can same prison, only one door.
Wow.
Yes, if you can same prison, where is the sound? There's no sound. When we were going there, then they fixed some fans. Asked Mugabe. We'll be truthful about it because the other places didn't have fans. I called Mugabe, said, "Beshe, you hunting no day day we are bahano." And they gave us mattresses. We couldn't sleep. Did you sleep? People were sleeping under our beds. Nice to say, me pansia, me bunk bed nasi. So I would not sleep. I could not sleep. I'll converse with all of them. Now they are cheap. I was feeling guilty. My conscience, me need that mattress too. And no more with that form. Chale. So and that form sir, what then they say ho. So I could say, or would you change you? Now the Omako Yiji. Thank you, Mugabe. So if you say who can say me boy for papa, people will come and steal money like this. No, Debbie, oh dear.
Playing ground
Obama mako bobo kwabako ye akopiti aka nipa bebre wo mko preach o no masa asachira. Put them to small prisons, prison camps. I'm sorry, I don't mako afrom. Akuse say o me do mu, o mu yo mu ho be keka mu. Entwim kodo so be ya mu. Next time o mu pia, o mbo hu say wiase ye tu.
With hard labor.
Yes, so for now, okita double names no. Ni din baako. Kusi ha, ti din baako. Baako be ko prison wo akuse. Na baako da boku prison. Edin na emienu. Etu be tell mu
two identities.
Yes, it will talk for days for her. Do see how do I transfer no? And that go sa 3 days also dey go boku sa 10 years anu aye sa. Next time obey wiase ohu obi ade a onfa ni sanka. Omo fi say enkwala. Look, me I'm happy. I support the Attorney General and I know, like I told you, you cannot teach in the classroom.
Deliver.
Yes, and teach so many people. Some of them are judges now and tell me that he does not understand what he's doing. Just that, like I told you, the wheels of justice, they grind slowly. That is why you perceive him as going at a tortoise pace. But we'll surely get there. And we'll surely succeed.
We are aware, say Kusibuatin, and the MPP government, they knew that he had two identities. I just saw a letter today from the presidency requesting for a diplomatic passport for him. And the letter said, Kwabna Boateng, aka Yao Kusibuatin.
AKA
in brackets. In brackets.
Yes, service name.
Diplomatic.
Yeah. And for someone who has two AKA because if it's AKA, your friend is Zita Benson. AKA Mamazi. I'm one and the same person. I'm one and the same person. But only Diano, he had two different identities, two different personalities, two different birthdays. Because your birthday determine who you are. Because I'm watching say, baby, the first thing they ask you, Rebecca's the date of birth. Now that would be because Ediana Zita Benson bear 5 but my date of birth will determine which of the. But he had different birthdays. Any Diano, any alias, any AKA. We some no mudi.
Very well, Madam. I say for the first segment, you first like I say, for my liquid capsules from a year Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center, Madam. Can hold be and I edit mediano at the 12 baby. I will be na almost so annual acida elho na acida kesen so equama omope live kit capsules ni bia atotono pharmacy shop Herbal shop bia obinya bia den ato eboama digestion etimi koso kama owoni paduanum esan hanse metabolism and obi a wontumi nya wo na ye no nya bi na oboba etimi bo ye papa san support a liver function pharmacy shop anase Herbal shop nationwide baby abewura bia no obenya bi ato for 0244 068447 ofra ye beje wo so Victory garlic mesa efi eye Dr. Amakon Asue na wura pharmacy shop Herbal shop bia also pe Victory eno no obi awo osa no didi ye ansa no anom oye opemfo a mennom san so na ma abofra no fusu nso a mennom eye Victory garlic mesa ni binimum obi aka bi etiminnom onya 12 years ekone ni ma wotuminum bi anopa ene enwumre wotumia adaye obi nso a mogentimi ni nipadua ni mafusa ne beka se blood circulation wonya bi na on ma eboye papa obi a wontumi ne die wonu ato broni beka se loss of appetite wonya Victory garlic mesa ni bi na on ma etimi bo nipadua ni ye papa 0242545633 0242545633 and 0201293280 0201293280 ofra Dr. Amakobejo so pharmacy shop ni Herbal shop bia bewre mo benya bia to ko kan se drug lens wa dodo bia pe bia no onsa ebetumi aka Safari Valley Eco Resort Madaro Makaho Techi and Edijumedi Ebrewo Yenu Asinto say or say Oma Bochenku ya umu 8 years also na lawyer Dennis one say onoso ne a year lawyer CC omunyina ahen omunyina Bochenku omunso 8 years Alista Osimenchao also na Sinto say or say Alista Menchao Emano ene a year Excellency Lawyer Zita Benson incoming Ghana High Commissioner to 13 Belgrave Square SWA3NS in the United Kingdom. I just say no. I said I can say Enkomam Safari Valley Eco Resort. What's your Chilean San Wako? What's your Chilean San Wako? Na what do you mean me wo pass? The capacity me wo pass. I want you be awura when you be papa. Say be a kontabe ba na akọ together dey anka be fe. Inti we do ni chire ho a edu ho a waja mamu free UK Norwich aba bedu Ghana. I just say ho no wasa akote ice ni bi e wo ho. Enu hia say wildlife experience no wo be experience bi ho jata sebo zebra ni antelopes yi wo hu wani beje. Yesan e wo tall vans ahodo ho a electric ones ye do tenam ni ye do nam forest num na homwa no wani beje yesa bi kwa wo pressure no etimi teba form won tehwe wi ase de edu ba bia wo se wo chile na body na relax you hu hia ye papa enije de edu ba bia jiwani life is short sabe pepe o chile a obi wan chile a obi nemu o chile anu a chile no nyansa kwan so waka se wo ma ewo wachi wo yere ewo wachi wuni ho a o mo be sofa inti de bia wo ya na de nyansa he de auto eye chile no se meja bibi won kwada na ho ana na wo de no aye futuo Safari Valley Eco Resort sebra fan kwada ne abusuafo ni na ambra na momejimani na bibia nso nye den intimate konkan ho ya bia wudu wa obetima relax ye environment where very very conducive omo serve local and continental dishes nyina bi ewo ho omo ye adwuma ewo nefan so wo na wotwe nyina mu for any actually dewo in the eastern region okay constituency obetima so free omo 05969143940 05969143940 wura ho a won say yes wura baby a ho eye kama Asera kese PSC enko Enfama Hebron Hills International School was excel and shine. Na de ababeto dwane say Hebron Hills International School na otwi mumbe makwan na omasamba September. Opa akonya e de ama oba no say Montessori entity ne de ne fam ebosome nan ekosi mfinum sanso ne de no eko lower and upper primary admission go so ekoso kama omo wo media of the Nsanwam Road omo be media Presbyterian Church no ya wudu ho obetimi aboyewra ho omobe
we and some horo team course watching on so mam not so die mre ewa na senator ba die no e dia dumbi edomania onua yen hwemai na yen san enso mu e kwan for sonko so kra aha GH Politics Avenue